The men's Trillium quarterfinal round finishes here at the Toronto Pan Am Sports Center, and the matchup features one of the most dominant teams in the entire OSBA. JJ Evison back here with you alongside Haley Hopkinson. And Tall Pines Academy arrives in the playoffs with a perfect 17-0 record, finishing first in the Trillium West Division and establishing themselves as one of the clear favorites to compete for this year's championship. At the center of that success is one of the most explosive scorers in the league, David Bottomley, who we unfortunately will not be seeing in this quarterfinal matchup, so other folks will have to make up for his 30-point per game average. Standing across from them is a team very familiar with Tall Pines and a challenge that lies ahead. Polaris Prep Gold finished the regular season 13-4, third in the West. They're led by versatile forward Charles Dart. Dart averages over 16 points per game while dominating the glass, bringing a physical presence that could play a major role against a high-powered Tall Pines lineup without Bottomley in it. An undefeated favorite, a divisional rival looking to play spoiler. Tall Pines Academy, Polaris Prep Gold, OSBA Men's Trillium quarterfinal number 4, set to get underway momentarily. And how do you operate without your best scorer, averaging 30 points per game, as David Bottomley is out for this quarterfinal matchup for Tall Pines?
Yeah, I mean, it's insane, and he also just accepted the MVP award too. But I think in situations like that, if you don't have a clear plan of who's next best, who's this, and that, which is hard to replace an overall complete player like Bottomley, but usually a team, without even kind of speaking it, they all take on the responsibility, and then you get an elevated level of team play. Everyone thinks, he's out, I got to step up. And when that's the mentality, that's where we see teams thrive, and that's where you see crazy stories of people and teams performing sometimes even better without their best player on the court because they assume the responsibility themselves. So hoping that's what Tall Pines is thinking right here. And for Polaris Prep, I'm sure they're not underestimating Tall Pines even without Bottomley. And if they are, they should be worried because Tall Pines is a phenomenal, well-rounded team, even without their star player.
Starting 5 for each side for Tall Pines, the undefeated 17-0 team, Janoy Walks, Nosa Lawani, Kai Cameron, Temilade Jegele, and Jedediah Henry. For Polaris Prep, Luke Hartman, Austin Caesar, Udonis Dennis, Bogdan Vuvkovic, and Charles Dart. It's Dart and Lawani at the center circle. Officials ready. Scorers tables ready. This semi-final underway immediately out of bounds. And over the boundary, the official a little confused as to where the ball went. We got it coming in here. Tall Pines get the first look at the offensive side. Shooting 39% from the field and in transition, 46% for Tall Pines. They operate equally well against the zone and man defense. Polaris starting in man here. Jedediah Henry swings it. Far side, walks. Top side, extra pass. Baseline attack. Jagele gets up and puts it down for 2 off the glass.
That was difficult. A lot of hands in there, and was able to slip the ball through.
Udonis Dennis back to the middle of the floor. Kicks it out. Hartman inside, looking over the top. That's Charles Dart right there, navigating through tight spaces. Off the mark on the first attempt. Tall Pines back on the offensive. Stepping out of bounds was Jagele. Turnover, number 1.
And again, here at Pan Am, the out-of-bounds lines are everybody's enemies. We see it all the time on the sidelines, whether it's the light gray, we don't know, but it's a little bit of everything.
Caesar dumps it off to Hartman. Hartman, middle of the floor, floater, bottom.
It's a great move right there. He wasn't getting the pressure, so just went straight up with it.
Luke Hartman averaging a hair under 13 points per game on 36% from the field. And there's the response from Janoy Walks from deep. Walks, meanwhile, shooting 23% from beyond the arc, so you'll live with those shots if you're Polaris Gold. Hartman navigates the pick and roll. There's Dart, and that's knocked loose. Tall Pines on the run. Walks, slows it down behind the back. Jedediah Henry through the heart of the defense, turns and finishes with the left. 3 different field goal scorers already for Tall Pines. They're going to get it done all sorts of ways, and they're going to need to. Just 2 bench players dressed for the Tall Pines Academy. Runway, Lawani throws it down.
So already it feels like everyone's assuming we got to do this as a team rather than just the one player with Bottomley out.
Here's the baseline attack. Dennis underneath, looking to kick it out. Stolen. Tracking back to slow things up was Austin Caesar.
Well, when Tall Pines gets off to the start that they have, just quick buckets and quick scoring, Polaris is going to have to calm down and make sure they're not doing any errors on their own offensive ball to give Tall Pines more opportunity to grow this lead.
Fading 3 off the front of the iron into the hands of Vuvkovic. He just picked up his first personal. He goes end to end and will go to the free throw line.
Well, he had a ton of speed and the body's in front of him. Why not?
Kai Cameron picks up the first. The winner of this will take on Brampton City Prep Provincial. Meanwhile, the other semifinal is locked in now. Father Henry Carr, Kings Heights Knights, going back at it. And you heard Tressel Diaz say it's not going to be like last time. He's battered and bruised. His knee was iced. He took a elbow to the rib cage in that quarterfinal, but he plays on. Vuvkovic hits 1 of 2. Walks, hands it off. Jedediah Henry picks it up. Dead ball looking for Walks, knocked out of bounds by Austin Caesar. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Jegele swings it to the corner. Walks. Through contact, count it, and 1. Janoy Walks gets it done.
Well, the control to do that, the massive hops. Super impressive shot there.
Walks heads to the free throw line, a 62% shooter throughout the regular season on nearly 8 attempts, so he'll get there a fair share. He knocks down the and 1 opportunity. 6 points for Janoy Walks to lead all scorers. 12-3, Tall Pines ahead early on, showing why they were undefeated in the regular season, first in the West. Loose ball on the ground. Luke Hartman kicks it to the corner. Vuvkovic out of bounds. This rounds out men's Trillium quarterfinal action. The following 4 games will be all OSBA men's quarterfinal. Ridley College looking to defend their crown. On the women's side, Capitol Courts was bounced yesterday, so they are unable to defend their title. Still a great program that put it to Fort Erie. Luke Hartman with the run out. Jegele in the corner. Heel on the line for Jedediah Henry. And that gray line taking names already.
Yes, and both teams here are going to have to really figure out that court awareness to make sure that doesn't keep causing more and more issues. We've had a couple of good looks in the quarter threes and can't count them.
Hartman turns the corner, kicks it back outside. Dennis dials it up and drops it in.
That was a great look there. On the previous play, he had squared up to the basket and didn't take the shot. No hesitation there. It was a perfect right.
Janoy Walks patient, gives it up to Henry. Trying to get some space inside. It's not there. He kicks it out. Lawani turns the corner, goes up strong, couldn't connect. Loose ball falls to Hartman. Foul on the backside. And Lawani wants an explanation as to why the call wasn't against Polaris when he was attacking. Quick conversation with the official, and he lets it go. 4-point lead. Tall Pines ahead. 5:32 to go in the opening quarter. Dennis operating on the near wing. Vuvkovic comes to accept, kicks to the corner. Austin Caesar off the front iron. Henry content to slow it down and drop it off to Walks. He wants Luani on the right-hand side. Ignores it, tries to get to the left. Left it short. Polaris Gold running. Dennis floats it from the mid-range. No good. Vuvkovic couldn't volley it in. He goes up for the second chance. No, Charles Dart hacked on the third opportunity.
Well, Vukovic getting extremely active in the paint. Rebounds you think are fully done, and Tall Pines, he's still finding a way to rip them out of his hands.
Ezra Aquamoa checking into the contest as Charles Dart steps to the line for two. Dart leads all scorers on Polaris Gold with 17 points per game, 65% free throw shooter, averaging 12 boards as well throughout the regular season. And he nails 1 of 2 to make it a one-possession game, 3-point lead. Tall Pines ahead. Luani back irons the 3. Dart with the rebound. Backdoor, Vuvkovic blew it. Wide open, maybe had too much time and space. Right-hand side, Walks, dials it up. Fouled on the three-point attempt, and Janoy Walks will go back to the free throw line.
Second personal foul on Austin Caesar.
Caesar picks up his second, team's third. Walks at the free throw line. Short on the first. So Walks will give you 35% from the field, just 23% from distance. About 5 boards, 5 assists. And he goes 0 for 2 so far, looking to make it 1 for 3. Seven points now for Janoy Walks to lead all scorers in the game. More than half of Tall Pines' points coming from the hands of 0. Dennis backside dart, catches high, goes back up. He gets fouled. Back to the free throw line for Charles Dart. He's 1 of 2.
Yeah, that's going to be a great play there because every single time he's going to get that contact.
Henry bringing Tall Pines to 4. Team fouls. Shooting 2 is Charles Dart.
Dart rattles the first through this time. Misses on the second, stays 50% from the charity stripe. 3-point game as we approach the 4-minute mark of the first quarter in this men's Trillium quarterfinal number 4 with a chance to take on Brampton City Prep Provincial squad tomorrow. Tough move to the basket for Nosa Luani. He's got 4 and counting.
He does such a great job at taking up space, so driving that baseline is going to have a high success rate for him.
Vuvkovic spins, leaves it short. Dart off the rim, second chance, gets it to go.
And just like that, Polaris Prep battling their way back into this game after maybe a little bit of a rough start for them.
Can they get a stop? As Henry works his way through and slips up, throws it to Dart, and he settles it down with Dennis. Udonis Dennis into the corner. Charles Dart makes the move. No, gets his own rebound, brings it down, back up. Fighting for it is Aquamoa and Dart. And jump ball keeps the here with Polaris.
he can just get a strong hold on that ball and not bring it down once he's got that rebound, he can go straight back up, and he's not going to run into anyone trying to slash it out of his hands.
Udonis Dennis on the baseline. Antonio Blanco into the game for Polaris Gold. Vuvkovic knocks it to Lawani. Tall Pines get the turnover. Burst of speed. Jagele with the right hand, no. Vuvkovic soars in for the defensive board. Dart outside. Hartman floats it, looking for Blanco backside. Blanco with the steal and given right back to Tall Pines. Slowly over the timeline, looking for a good half-court set. Walks, slips up, keeps the dribble alive, goes to the right, uses glass, too strong. Akuamoa gets fouled on the rebound. Charles Dart picks up his first timeout on the floor. 3-point lead. Tall Pines ahead in the early going. 2:24 remaining. We'll step aside. Don't go anywhere.
Wood hooping.
Tall Pines ball on the baseline. 2:24 to go. 3-point lead playing without David Bottomley here in this quarterfinal game against Polaris Gold. The winner to take on Brampton City Prep. Provincial squad. Shot is up. Walks. Misses the mark. Lawani with the rebound. Fouled. And he'll go to the line for two. Charles Dart picked up a foul just before that timeout, gets his second right after the timeout. He's got two now, and that's going to limit Polaris and their presence inside.
Definitely does, and Lawani's doing a great job of receiving the pass down there, and he never starts with a good angle at all, usually having to bend his back quite back a fair amount. So he's either getting good angles to get that shot or getting the contact.
Lawani misses the pair, and Dart with the rebound quickly ahead. Vuvkovic. Hartman swings it to Blanco. Back to Hartman on the near wing, looking inside. Perrin Taylor playing the two-man game with Hartman. Taylor from the elbow, no good. And walks calmly over the timeline. Back to the middle of the floor, walks between the leg, tries to shake the defender from the free throw line, misses to the left. Blanco, head up, looking for somebody to give it to. Takes it over the timeline, and now Hartman attacks. A sliver of space, Dart with the left.
Perfect feed to him.
1 point game. Tall Pines haven't scored in the past few possessions. Jagele finds Henry attacking up and under. And Jedediah Henry will go to the free throw line. So the pace of play really slowed down here late in the first quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. They were getting a lot of their buckets from transition plays and quick bursts of energy, but I will say during that play they did a really great job of letting the actual play they called develop and having the runner come around the perimeter there, but fortunately not able to turn it into a bigger play, but still a chance for some points.
So Charles Dart probably sidelined for the rest of the opening half as he picks up his third personal, and that's the risk you run when you leave him in with two. Meanwhile, David Bottomley on the bench, being active, talking to Walks here on the sideline as Henry steps in for two. Like a true leader, always involved, always engaged. Off to the right-hand side for Henry on the first. No good on the second either. Luke Hartman directing traffic now. Perrin Taylor up to set the screen. Hartman out to Blanco. Looking over top, nothing's there. Pulls it back out. Keeps trying to get inside, throws it to the middle of the floor, and Jedediah Henry has it on the run. Realizing there's no lane, he slows up. One opens up, he gets there with the left, couldn't connect. It's a power play for Polaris Gold. Udonis Dennis gets thwarted. Taylor back to Dennis. He turns, dump off, Taylor throws it into trouble. Out of bounds off the hands of Shub Pandit.
Well, Pandit's also got a ton of height to him, and he always does a good job of just messing up the inside lanes and not letting any passes really cross the key.
Dennis looking for Vuvkovic. It's a decoy. The opportunity went to Taylor, and he couldn't connect. 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Janoy Walks wants the side cleared out. He wants a one-on-one with Blanco. Gets to the rack, off glass, count it, and one for Janoy Walks.
That's a massive play, and now extending their lead a little bit more here after Polaris really did a good job of catching up, but Tall Pines is going to want a big play like that to go into the huddle with to figure out how do we recreate what we started with at the first quarter.
Kai Cameron will play the remaining 1.5. Nosa Lawani to the bench. One free throw here for Janoy Walks. He's got 9, looking to make it double digits in the first quarter. Back irons. Hartman, rebound, no foul called. And at the end of 10, it's a 3-point lead for undefeated Tall Pines over Polaris Prep Gold. Second quarter action coming your way in a few minutes.
We built this for Canadian Hoops fans. From rising youth talent to Team Canada stars, follow it all in one spot. Talk hoops, share takes, earn points, and unlock exclusive rewards all in one place. Score a trip to watch your favorite Canada basketball athlete, sign gear, exclusive merch, and VIP moments with your favorite players. From every province, for every player. This is for us. It's easier if we just show you.
Welcome back inside the Toronto Pan Am Sports Center. JJ Evison, Haley Hopkinson here with you on day 2 of the 2026 OSBA High School Basketball Championships. Quarterfinal number 4 for the men's Trillium division. Tall Pines Academy 17-0 undefeated record without their MVP, David Bottomley, here up 3 against Polaris Prep Gold, who are now without Charles Dart, their leading scorer, handcuffed with 3 fouls. So Both sides having to adjust, and that's what championship basketball is all about.
Absolutely. This is a massive game of trying to overcome what obstacles have been put in front of you and who's going to be able to take care of the ball the best and do the most with it. I mean, obviously, if you're Tall Pines coming into this, you know that you're not going to have your star player, but Polaris, you're not expecting your star player to get handcuffed like he is right now. So figuring out how to work without him, and we'll see which team can do it best until the second.
Janoy Walks had an and one opportunity at the end of the first quarter, going one-on-one, clearing out the side and getting to the rack. Couldn't connect on that. Top side three from Walks, misses everything. Udonis Dennis out the other way, gets by Walks into the heart of the defense, kicks it out. Hartman three, back iron. Rebound by Kai Cameron. He headmans it. Vuvkovic almost had the steal. That'll stay here with Tall Pines, 20 on the shot clock. Walks into Henry. Henry going one-on-one with the help defense, waiting in the wings. Jegele peeks at the clock, 10 on the shot clock, gets to his spot, kicking it out. Kai Cameron blocked, loose ball, falls to the hands of Pandit. He's looking underneath for Cameron, who gets fouled, and free throws upcoming for Kai Cameron. Dennis picks up his first, team's first, here in the second quarter.
Well, he did a great job. Kai Cameron chasing after his blocked shot, but Vukovic with that shot, or with that block right there, he's all over the court being extremely active everywhere.
Cameron becomes the fifth Tall Pines player to find the score sheet, as he's 1 of 1 from the free throw line, looking to make it 2 of 2. Lead stretched to 5 now for Tall Pines. Foul on the floor. That's going to go against Jegele, his second. Antonio Blanco to inbound for Polaris. Dennis working topside, well beyond the arc. Gives it up to Hartman. Hartman makes his move from the free throw line. Back iron into the hands of Jegele. Turns on the Jets into the front court. Strong dribble. Floater from the mid-range. Off glass.
Strong take all the way.
When you have legs like Jegele and you can beat 90% of the players on the court down the court, you use that to your advantage.
For sure.
Swung. Perrin Taylor working on Pandit. Gets to the middle. No good. Rebound. Tall Pines settled down with Janoy Walks. Jegele in the corner. Saved it from going out of bounds. And that's going to stay here with Tall Pines. Checking in, Ezra Akuamoa. Kai Cameron has it. Looking for Walks from distance. You betcha. Janoy Walks blocked the other way. Tall Pines on the run again. Walks leading the charge. Middle of the floor. All the way to the rack. Blocked. Well read by Vuvkovic and Dennis. Dennis kicks it out. Hartman back to Dennis. Fakes the shot, swings it to Vuvkovic, inside with the left, off glass, and one.
Massive play right there, and Polaris, they're definitely thriving when they're playing with that pace and the quick passes and sprinting up the court.
Timeout on the floor, Polaris prep gold. Want to talk things over. 7:36 to go until the half. 24-16, Tall Pines leads Polaris. Don't go anywhere. Bogdan Vuvkovic at the free throw line, joined on the floor by Udonis Dennis, Luka Kopar, Perrin Taylor, and Luke Hartman. Back into the game, and Nosa Lawani for Tall Pines. The and one play good from Vuvkovic. Every time Tall Pines try and pull away, Polaris have an answer. Got to stay disciplined too if you're Tall Pines, with only 3 bench players. Walks, dials up a 3. Getting into foul trouble, not advised. Another 3. That one drops for Kai Cameron.
It's an impressive shot, and he's definitely getting going offensively.
Hartman in front of his own bench. Baseline attack. Triple coverage. Sidestep. That's no good. Rebound. Taylor gets it to go. Perrin Taylor gets in on the fun off the miss from Luka Kopar. Lawani on the near side. Waits for Walks. Turns the corner. Walks through a flurry of bodies. Almost got it to go. Fighting for the rebound. Who's going to come away with it? Foul on the floor. It's going to go against Jedediah Henry, his second. Team's second. Rather, team's third, correction. Only one more foul to give for Tall Pines. 6:28 to go until the half. Jagele in, Lawani out. Dennis gives it up to Vuvkovic. Perrin Taylor sets the screen. Vuvkovic makes his way to the rack. Blocked. Well timed. Jedediah Henry getting up. All the way the other way off glass. Couldn't connect. Jagele too strong. Kopar settles it down. Dennis. Taylor, good seal and release.
Absolutely, and a fantastic feed to him as well from Dennis.
That's footwork at its finest. Jedediah Henry, swing pass, far side, well beyond the arc. Jagele misses. Henry comes to collect. Underhands it back to Jagele, relocating in the corner. Shot is up. Kai Cameron, back iron. Vuvkovic says enough of that. Vuvkovic, wide open, takes the space, gets to the rack, finishes with the right. Timeout on the floor. 4-point game. Polaris sticking around. 5:20 to go in the opening half of the men's Trillium quarterfinal number 4. Winner to take on Brampton City Prep provincial squad tomorrow. And the decision's coming a little bit quicker here for Polaris later in the second half.
For sure, and that's the thing. They need to survive this next 5:20 and then, of course, hopefully keep it as close as possible, take the lead. They even have a chance until they can get Charles Dar back on the court. But you got to think that Tall Pines is going to be very strategic about that, and knowing that he's playing with a lot of fouls. That's why we didn't see him in the second quarter. So I don't know, strategy is going to come into this a lot, especially with a short bench for Tall Pines as well. Polaris could try to target some specific players that are punishing them, but in a little bit of foul trouble as well.
Temila Jagele and Jedediah Henry both with 2 fouls for Tall Pines. A couple more and they'll be restricted to the bench. We'll see what the MO of Polaris Gold is coming out of the break. Nearly halfway through the second quarter.
Tall Pines is definitely getting a lot of looks around the perimeter, and with Kai Cameron just hitting one in the last few minutes there, maybe they can try to get his 3-point shot going more.
It'll be Jagele bringing it up. Limited action right now. 2-person game. Kai Cameron, Jagele putting on a show. Floats it up. No good. Soaring in. Aquamoa. He finds Henry on the perimeter. Aquamoa gets it back. Turns. Nothing there. Henry relocating. At the elbow. Stolen by Vuvkovic. Foul on the floor. That's going to go against Henry, and he's got 3 now. Tough foul to take on that 50-50 ball after you get it stolen from you.
Extremely tough foul, but big play for Polaris Prep there.
Another instance of not being ready when you check in at the scores table with an untucked shirt leaves Lawani on the bench and Henry still in the game right now. If you're Polaris Gold, who is number 15 guarding? Well, it's Hartman in the corner, far side. You got to find him and attack. Kopar picks it up. Top side, Dennis tucks it. Floater, mid-range, misses everything. Loose ball comes to the hands of Henry. They'll settle it down with Walks on the far side. Picked up by Udonis Dennis. Knock loose. Walkman, a little separation. Mid-range jumper, no good. Aquamoa, toe off the line. Out of bounds, turnover. And now Lawani can check in. Correction, no out of bounds. Perrin Taylor picks up the foul. Really looked like the out of bounds happened first.
It did.
I guess that's a lesson in waiting for the official to call the play. Jegele inside. Lawani through contact. Doesn't get the bounce. Second chance. Stripped. All ball. Vuvkovic. Left-hand side. Kopar. Strong to the rack. Offensive charge as Janoy Walks got to the spot first.
Offensive foul against Luka Kapor. That's the 3rd team foul. For Polaris, Luka's first personal foul.
Still a 4-point lead, 4:05 to go. Tall Pines ahead. Looking to advance to Saturday's semifinal action. You're in the area of Scarborough. Come on in to the Toronto Pan Am Sports Center. Nothing beats live high school basketball championships on a weekend in early March. Free throws upcoming for Jegele.
First foul on Luke Hartman, bringing Polaris to 4 team fouls. Polaris at 0.
In comes Lucas Kraswicki. There goes Vuvkovic. Jegele at the line. Neither team with a foul to give in the remaining 3:55. Jegele hits the first. The second off to the right. Jegele, not a lot of looks from the free throw line this season. Kraswicki dumps it off. Perrin Taylor couldn't connect. Wide open right next to the basket.
Yeah.
You got to finish those. Janoy Walks. Wants the screen from Aquamoa. Gets to the middle of the floor. Had it knocked loose. Shooting foul as both teams in the bonus now. Luke Hartman picks up his second in a matter of 60 seconds.
Polaris playing a little bit out of control here. Tall Pines is not even getting the best looks, but they're just drawing contact and getting to the line more and more, growing their lead.
2 of 5 from the line so far for Walks. Back irons the first. This game could very well be a double-digit lead right now. Tall Pines have missed 8 free throws. Make on that one. Brings Walks total to 13 here in the opening half. 3:22 to play. Dennis orchestrating the offense for Polaris Prep Gold. Inside, Hartman, outside, swung. Kraswicki all the way across. And turnover. Jegele, the cheetah, had it knocked loose. Luwani gives it right back to Walks. Now Luwani backing down on Hartman. Turns. Foul on the floor sends Luwani to the free throw line. He's 0 of 2 from the charity stripe in the contest. Tough assignment there for Luke Hartman. He picks up his third, so he'll join Charles Dart with 3 fouls. Going back to the bench, Bogdan Vuvkovic into the contest again. Luwani swishes the first. Got that low trajectory, that low arc. More. The second good as well, up to 50% on the day for Nosa Luwani. 6 points, 2 field goals, 2 free throws.
Well, Polaris needs some good offensive possessions here to try to end this half, and a little more diligent on defense as well.
Chris Wicki with a deep 2. Kai Cameron catches, 1 step in, leaves it short. Vuvkovic rebound. Austin Caesar right back to Vuvkovic, trying to get over the timeline in a organized manner. Foul on Kai Cameron, his second, will send Vuvkovic to the line. 31-26, Tall Pines lead, 2:15 to go. Vuvkovic at the line, hits the first. Vuvkovic, a 75% free throw shooter on the season, as he drains the pair. Jedediah Henry back into the game, playing with 3 fouls, something to be aware of if you're Polaris Gold.
100%.
Antonio Blanco back in, giving Udonis Dennis a breather. 2:13 to go until the half. Shanoy Walks, doing most of the heavy lifting, dials it up from 3, finds the bottom, his third 3-pointer of the opening half.
That's a massive performance from him, not one you see in every game.
16 points for Walks to lead Tall Pines here, 34-28. He'll try his hand again, using the glass, not open. Jagele finds Walks, he goes up. Vukcevic gets a fingertip on it, but not enough to change the trajectory.
No.
Blanco loses the handle, fighting for it on the ground. Jump ball called, possession sticking here with Polaris.
Well, a good play from Tall Pines really triggers them into just wanting to completely attack the ball in every way possible. And we're seeing that, and that's when we see the crazy runs from them. But Polaris, it really does just take one good possession, whether it's offense or defense, to kind of snap them back into it.
Dennis back in after a quick breather. Blanco heads to the bench. Kai Cameron checks in, sending Jedediah Henry to the bench. Vuvkovic looking for space. Up top, Caesar behind the back from the elbow. Off the rim, fighting for the rebound. Taylor couldn't get it. Jedediah Henry gets to the rack, blocked at the backside, under 1 minute to go in the opening half. Over the top, Caesar, middle of the floor, Perrin Taylor, kick out, feet set, shot is up, rattles through. Przewicki for 3.
Massive shot right there, and you can understand why Tall Pines would want a timeout after that.
49.9 remaining, 5-point lead. Tall Pines want to have something structured here to end the half and not allow Polaris Gold to come back and make it something easy to overcome at the start of the second.
For sure, because Tall Pines got to be thinking Charles Dart will be back, likely to maybe start out the third quarter. If he doesn't, of course, pick up any other ones. Hopefully not. If you're Polaris Prep, you're hoping he doesn't pick those up. But, yeah, I mean, Tall Pines, they get ahead, but then Polaris just keeps crawling back and back and back. And feels like there was a stretch where nearly every Tall Pines possession ended at the free throw line. But that's why those are so important, because the lead was never large enough for Polaris Prep to fall behind too much or double digits fall behind. So it's a tricky game, and it's runs back and forth, but Tall Pines looking extremely promising at moments, and then Polaris kind of shocking everyone.
Tall Pines have 17 free throw attempts to Polaris Prep's 9, so a little discrepancy there. Polaris just need to be more aggressive in that painted area, go up strong. Don't look for the whistle.
For sure.
Battle through it, but get to the charity stripe if and when you can. 5-point lead for the undefeated Tall Pines team. Jagele finds Lawani. Lawani goes up strong, count it, and back to the free throw line for Nosa Lawani.
Some insane footwork and just control, always knowing where the basket is. That's an absolutely incredible play from him.
Lawani 50% from the free throw line, 2 of 4 in the contest, looking to make the and one play, bring his total to 9 in the opening half. Strike. Austin Caesar, picked up by Walks. Caesar around the primary, continues to move down. Turned right to Vukcevic, blocked on the backside. Perrin Taylor follows it up.
It's a great block, but a better putback.
Walks over the timeline, patient, calm, picked up by Dennis. Makes his move, pulls it, air ball.
Definitely not how you want to end it here, but
0.8 on the shot clock, quickly in. Grzywicki leaves it short, 20 minutes gone, 39-33. Tall Pines ahead of Polaris for the final spot in the OSBA Trillium semifinal action on Saturday. We'll have second half action coming your way shortly after this.
Day 2 and Game 8 of the 15U Women's Canada National Basketball Championships here. We have a great matchup for you between 2 top-tier women's squads. Team O, Team Ontario, taking on Team Alberta. Bonnie finds Solomon down low in the post. Spin move, great spin move from Solomon, and puts the layup up for 2 points.
Seems like every player on Team Ontario loves to spin move right to left.
Step back from Garraway for 3. That's good. High arc and shot falls straight to the net. Nothing but swish. Trying to put a left-hand layup up. Scoops up. Can't go in. Valpreda on the rebound. Put back. And it falls for 2 points. First half action ends 32 Ontario, 29 for Alberta. For Ontario is able to keep a lead here going into the second half off a good showing in those final couple of minutes.
One of the biggest things is staying connected. It's easy as a team to fall apart when things are going tough. So I think the girls did a really good job of responding and staying connected, and then falling back onto our identity, which is defensively. I think that kind of set the tone for the rest of the half, picking up a lot of steals and just going in transition.
Stop the backcourt violation. They can't. Mazuka steals it now. Heel drive. Luke will pull up for a jumper. That one falls. Luke's starting to heat up here in the fourth quarter. He's puts the layup up. It's no good. Morris on the rebound. She can put this one back in, and she does. Quick and easy 2 points again for Morris. Timeout called by Alberta to talk things through as the lead stands at 15. Here's Gutierrez Daly putting a layup up, and it's good. So the shot clock runs out. Your final score 70-48 in favor of Team Ontario. They go 2-0 in the first few days as Team Alberta goes down 0-2. For myself, Cole Hales and Jackson Vidori, we'll see in a little bit as our next game manager.
Even when we are down, we always find a way to get back up, no matter what happens during the game. And I think that's what really represents Ontario, because we always get back up no matter what happens.
Game.
Good afternoon, basketball fans. We are locked in here for the final quarterfinal matchup at the Canadian National Basketball Championships men's 15U side. Big news for Ontario. Mateo Moyes makes his debut at the national tournament. Ontario have a day off that could, go against them. I expect them to be prepared, but Newfoundland are still in the rhythm of winning.
Of course, Ontario had that extra time, the day off, to work on some things that needed to be worked on. But again, you never know, the mentality can be a little down, but I'm assuming this is going to be a very great and close game here.
As it appears as though Newfoundland and Labrador are just going to give Ontario the first possession. All 4 players in the backcourt, but there's Osage to pick up the rebound. Brandon Clark to the rack, shrugging off the attempt to block him from getting to that position. Dejo quickly into the front court, looking downhill, picks up the head of steam. Clark attacking the rim again. Just too strong. Ahead to Walters. Walters, 1-2 stepping in the lane, floats it up and through. Over 2 white jerseys, 14-8. 2:20 left in the first. Woodrich with the response from the corner.
We're getting good shots off of drives and stuff, but we're not really running our sets. But at least you guys are getting open shots, DKS. But let's settle it down. You guys got to take control. Praise, give it to Nikki. Go through. Nikki L will set the pick. Come off. Got the one more action right there.
50-22 Ontario lead. Dejo, shifty. Gets back to the basket, finishes with the right. Back to Shepard. That rattles through, and you notice Newfoundland and Labrador slagging back a little bit and not coming out as high on the primary ball handler in that zone coverage. Moyes picks his lane, elevates off glass for 2. Sage gets back up, second chance, no, third chance will roll through.
Wow, he's doing a great job of what we talk about all the time when you kind of get that rebound and instead of just hopping right back up for an off-balance shot, actually taking your time, setting your feet and going up strong.
Hammond again bulldozing his way to the rack. He's got the frame of a linebacker that could probably play on the practice squad in the CFL somewhere.
True.
Ontario will take on its first opponent in the tournament, British Columbia.
All right, Coach, you've been in this position before, 2 wins away from hoisting the trophy. What was your message to your team after that win against Newfoundland?
The message was to stay consistent, stay ready. In our situation, sometimes our guys can get complacent, but they've done a great job in staying locked in, and I'm proud of them.
Praise had a great game, 7 points, 5 boards, 3 assists, a pair of steals, and a pair of blocks. Him being the captain of this team, what are you asking from him on a day-in, day-out basis?
For him, we're asking him to be our leader. He's been a great leader. He's shown great leadership. He's one of our generals on the court. He sets the tone for us offensively, defensively.
We feel good, going into the semifinal game, bringing up the energy and stuff. So I think we're feeling pretty good going into the game.
I'll use my experience from last year. We're in a similar situation with Alberta. They're going to make adjustments. We have to watch our film and make our adjustments and come ready.
Appreciate the time. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Here's Eddie. Andrea Manana. Screen by Rivard. Back out. That's a good one. So Quebec finally put some points on the drive. Put a shot up. That's good. Great tough bucket by Danica Pahis for her first points of the game. And Ontario is able to get back out. So the first quarter ends 9-6 in favor of Ontario against Quebec. Daniel Jukin driving easily, using her strength to her advantage and bullying St. Ange for the 2 points.
Just use that power, use that strength, makes up for her foul.
Breaking ankles, Maya Manners. Romansour's on the floor, the 3 can't be finished, but it's back to Pahis in the paint. That one rolls in. Jackson, that might have been our first ankle breaker of the tournament.
Now, one time, we're gonna go 32 half court. Okay? One time. 32 half court. And then we're in blue on a score. So blue back to man on a score. Okay?
14-10 for Ontario. Here's Marcotte. Great Layup attempt on the bigger defender from Marcotte. Here's Maya Manners now, finding Gutierrez Daly. Great pass, great IQ to find her teammate, and 2 easy points. The first half ends 22-16 in favor of Ontario. Almost stolen there by Siobhan Menyo-Duke, holds on to it, drives, right-hand layup, and she's used her physicality to her advantage a lot in this one and gets it done there. Out to Luke for 3. That's in. So Rain Marie. Jada Tomlin runs down the court and hits the easy 2 with the right-hand layup. Here's Luke now. Great find to Sienna Morrison. That's just a great play. Layup's no good. Pahis, though, is able to get the putback. Ontario is going to take this one and head 3-0 in the Canada National Basketball Championships here with a 53-33 win.
Only 8 turnovers in that second half. What's the main message that really sparks the big performance in the second half?
It was definitely staying disciplined because we had a lot of fouls in the first half as well, right? Playing with our feet. And then, just taking care of the ball, reiterating kind of what we talked about. It was us doing it to ourselves. It wasn't necessarily their pressure defense. And just emphasizing that every time we were going to the rim, a lot of people were collapsing, so we needed to find the perimeter. And I thought we did that in the second half. It's definitely really special, for sure. Having those extra people who are able to come out. I'm hoping that we're even going to get more and more for Friday and Saturday. But not having parents have to travel and having the girls have their families here and play in front of them is very special. Even my own family is coming as well. So it's very special.
Tall Pines won each of the first 2 quarters, the first 17-14, the second 22-19. They're up 39-33 with 20 minutes left to play and a spot in tomorrow's semifinal on the line. Playing without MVP and highest scorer David Bottomley is Tall Pines Academy. Polaris Prep had Charles Dart out after the first quarter with 3 fouls. J.J. Evison, Haley Hopkinson here with you all day today, tomorrow, and the next day for the OSBA High School Basketball Championships. Appreciate you tuning in.
David Bottomley, although he's not playing, he's still doing a great job on the Tall Pines sidelines, coaching and giving his teammates some pointers on kind of what to look for on the court. We can see him literally coming off of the bench and talking to the guys on the court as well. So still having quite the big impact regardless if he's on the court or not.
Tall Pines have possession to start the second half. Janoy Walks, 18 points in the first half to lead all scores. He has the ball here now, working down the right-hand side, looking for the handoff. Jedediah Henry playing with 3 fouls, gets to his spot, kicks it to the corner, and a whole foot out of bounds as Kai Cameron let that one fly. Those are the types of turnovers you can't continue to mount.
For sure. We've seen it one too many times this game, and first quarter you kind of got to let them slide, learn from it, but now every possession just means that much more.
Luke Hartman with it at the top of the key, wants the screen from Dart. Drops it off. Dart into the body of Lawani. Doesn't matter. He opens the scoring in the second half. Kai Cameron swings it. Lawani thought about it, steps in, keeps the dribble alive, bailed out. Kai Cameron, back to Lawani, back to Cameron. This is a lot of ball movement, not a lot of shooting. Lawani, whoa! Step back 3.
That's pretty insane. I was going to say a lot of ball movement, and your big man's not even in the paint, but who cares?
Looking underneath, over top, Dart. Just has to elevate and get it off. Instead, he looks for Vuvkovic on the near wing, no good. Knocked loose, fighting for it. Henry settles it down and gives it up to Walks. Walks. Stutter step under the basket. Looking for the dump off. Not there. In the corner. Dials it up. Too strong. Hartman gives it up. Udonis Dennis trying to shake Walks. Gets a different assignment. Vuvkovic back to the basket. Nearly stripped. Does get it stripped. Behind the back. Janoy Walks takes and hard foul against Udonis Dennis. First of the second half goes against Polaris.
Personal foul number 2 against Udonis Dennis. The first for Polaris. Shooting 2 is Janoy Walks.
So Walks averaging 23 points per game on 34% from the field. Already has 18. Steps up to the charity stripe where he shoots 61%. Back irons the first. And the first has been a problem for him today. He's been to the charity stripe 4 times, and he's missed 3 of the first attempts. No mistake on the second. Hartman takes the ball from Dennis, turns the corner, lays it, too strong. Dart trying to follow up the play. It's knocked to Jagele. Far side, walks, lets the defender blow by, reloads, count it.
Well, he's definitely stepping up majorly on the offensive side of the ball, what David Bottomley would usually contribute here.
Dart hands it back off. Dennis tries to turn the corner, swallowed up by 2 white jerseys. Foul called. Baseline out of bounds. Kai Cameron picks up his third. So Henry and Cameron with 3, Jagele with 2 for a Tall Pines Academy with just 3 players on the bench, perhaps even 2. Because it looks like the third has covered up his jersey with a sweater. So still 3 eligible to come in. Dart above the crowd, 1 dribble back to the basket. And what about that defense from Nosa Lawani staying upright, grounded? Jagele blocked on the backside. Vukovic got some of the body as well.
Second personal foul on Vukovic. Also the second for Polaris.
Well, only a second, but you definitely, if you're him, want to stay out of that trouble for sure. He's been extremely important this game, especially when Charles Dart was on the bench, just kind of attacking and doing a lot and a little bit of everything for this Polaris team.
Timila Jagele at the free throw line, sinks the first. 7 points now for Jagele. 48-35, 13-point lead for Tall Pines. Polaris needs something to happen here. Hartman wants the screen from Dart, ignores it, hands it off to Austin Caesar. He'll turn the corner. Draw out a defender. Out of bounds, Udonis Dennis with the heel on that gray line. Lucas Shawitki checking in for Polaris, sending Udonis Dennis to the bench. Dennis just 3 points in the contest. And he averages 10 in the game in the regular season. Jagele back over the timeline. The shot clock reset. Lawani working through the paint, uses the glass, couldn't get it to fall.
It's a great rebound by Hartman.
Dart out to Vuvkovic. Sidesteps, dump off. Drzwicki out of bounds. Gives it right back to Tall Pines. Timeout on the floor, 6:25 to go in the third quarter. 48-35, 13-point lead for the undefeated first team in the West Division. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. As we resume third quarter action, Tall Pines with possession up 13. Looking to stretch that lead here in the third. Jagele with the floater. Tough shot. Charles Dart with the rebound. Vuvkovic takes the handoff, settles it down with Hartman. They'll swing some action back to the right-hand side. Hartman dials it up from distance, drops it in the bucket.
It's a big shot. He had some good looks earlier in the game, and getting him back scoring is going to be important here.
Walks, dances with it, has to pick up the dribble, looking for the entry pass. Finally comes inside. Henry, no good. Luani fighting for it, out of bounds, last touch by Tall Pines. Polaris ball. Ezra Aquamoa checks into the contest. Ten-point game now. Austin Caesar hands it off. Vuvkovic, Hartman. They're going to run the same action. Last time Vuvkovic had a lane to the basket. Hartman dials it up again. Leaves it short. Luani settles it down with walks. And you'd like to think Tall Pines probably want to control the tempo here. Don't need to get anything too quickly. Walks pulls into a mid-range Jimmy. That's off the mark. Austin Caesar with a lane opening up, and that's good. His first 2 points of the game coming here with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Semila Jagele to the left. Keeps it moving. Blocked. Hartman, Aquamoa kicks it out. Walks, lets a defender blow by. We've seen this movie before.
Yeah, Austin Caesar getting a little ahead of himself. I think he tried to jump down in the paint as well, and maybe that threw him off, thinking he was close to a foul, and unfortunately blew past him.
Vuvkovic unable to connect. Walks behind the back, head up. Moving from right to left. Swallowed up in front of the Polaris prep bench. The other way, Chris Wicki unable to connect. Vuvkovic with 3 chances, but it's Luke Hartman following up the play, getting the and one opportunity.
That was great right there. Sometimes it's best to grab it, bring it down, but when you're able to get that contact on it, it's definitely worth that.
Shub Pandit into the contest. Hartman at the free throw line looking to make it an 8-point game, and does. Timeout on the floor. Tall Pines going to talk things over. We'll step aside again. 4:08 to go in the third quarter. You're watching the OSBA Championship Weekend Men's Trillium quarterfinal. Stick with us. Tall Pines ahead, 51-44, 4:08 to go in the third quarter. The last and final men's Trillium semifinal spot on the line. Yesterday morning, it was Kings Heights making it through, followed by Brampton City Prep Provincial. Father Henry Carr got by St. Jude's Academy this morning. They'll take on Kings Heights, the winner here, to face Brampton City Prep Provincial squad in tomorrow's semifinal. Bandit stuck beyond the perimeter, looking for Jedediah Henry with a fading three.
That's a massive three right there. And like you were saying before, too, Tall Pines can kind of take their time with their possessions right now. Shouldn't be in any rush here, but big play like that only makes them more comfortable.
Caesar dances with it at the top of the key, likes the matchup. The screen set. Charles Dart alone inside. They can't find him. Dennis fakes the shot, gets inside, elevates, releases, no good. Lawani finds Walks. Janoy Walks, far side, Pandit, no hesitation. Near iron, Charles Dart, another rebound. Udonis Dennis. Oh, no one on Krzyzewicki.
Yeah, those quick baskets, that's what usually triggers a little run for them to try to come back into this game, and it's only an 8-point deficit right now, so definitely lots of time to maybe even try to get that a little closer together before the fourth.
Temila Jagele out on the perimeter, leaves it for Henry. Walks, finds a sliver of space, keeps his foot in bound, attacks baseline. Oh boy, Janoy Walks putting on a show here at the Toronto Pan Am Sports Center.
Yeah, and he loves to do it right in front of Polaris' bench.
Response the other way by Austin Caesar.
Caesar coming in clutch for some quick baskets, too, in the third.
Jagele up and under, acrobatic finish. Caesar finds a lane, the parting of the seas, left-hand floater, no good. Jagele rebound. Doesn't see a lane to run. He'll pull it back. Janoy Walks. Uses the screen, creates space. Fouled on the three-point attempt. Udonis Dennis picks up his third. Now, that's the second time that Walks has been fouled on a three-point attempt. He went 1 of 3 from the last chance at the charity stripe during that opportunity.
Right, he's not going to want to repeat any of that. This is a big opportunity for some easy buckets.
Again, Tall Pines without their leading scorer, David Bottomley. He is on the bench, really coaching his teammates and being a vocal leader as Walks misses the first again. He's asking for a substitution, it looks like. He looked over his bench and gave that signal. And at the scores table is Kai Cameron. Another 1-for-3 trip on the three-point foul attempt, and Walks will sub out. Cameron in.
And for Polaris, we have Lucas Kapor, Bogdan Vukovic, and Antonio Blanco.
Here's Blanco over the timeline. Dishes to Hartman. Charles Dart looking for it. Vukovic out on the perimeter. Nice find over the top. Dart backside. Fouled on the attempt by Pandit.
Second foul on Shook Condits, the third team foul for Tall Pines.
1:22 to go in the third quarter. 11-point lead. Charles Dart trying to make it a 3-possession game. Bringing it to 9 would be ideal. He sinks the first.
I'm sure Polaris is hoping for a big-time performance from him in the fourth as well. Definitely not as effective in the third here, but might have gotten a little cold from having to sit on the bench because of those 3 fouls.
Well, he averages 17 points per game. He's got 10 here. Jagele. Fouled by Blanco.
Second foul against Antonio Blanco. The fourth team foul for Polaris.
Jagele sinks the first. 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Here is attempt number 6. Just as pure as the first. 70 seconds to go until the fourth quarter. Blanco quickly. Vuvkovic steps in to the painted area. The dump off to Dart. He goes up, couldn't finish, gets his own rebound, and blocked. Foul's going to go against Akawamoa, taking that block away from his teammate and sending Dart back to the line.
Well, if you're Tall Pines here, especially the reaction and seeing the reaction from Polaris when Charles Dart got his 4th foul, surely you're going to want to target him and put a body on him and see what happens, especially if you're someone who's not in foul trouble here on Tall Pines. You got nothing to lose and nearly everything to gain down in.
Under 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Tall Pines ahead by 9. Pandit lets it fly and finds its way through.
He's done a good job having a presence in the paint and now a presence around the perimeter.
Both of his three-point attempts were catch and shoots, and he did not hesitate. The other way, left short, rebound, swallowed up by Henry. Jagele gets to his spot, elevates, leaves it short in the corner, tracked down, last touched by Polaris Gold, out of bounds. 15 on the shot clock for Tall Pines. They'll set that to 14. Swung around, Jagele, deep three, count it. 6 straight points for Tall Pines, 67-52, 15-point lead. Looking for Dart on the pass, that's saved inbounds, but right to Jagele, not really what you want to see. Kai Cameron gets it to go at the end of the third quarter, and in the blink of an eye, Tall Pines Academy ahead 69-52, 10 to play for the final spot in the Trillium semifinal matchup. Don't go anywhere, fourth quarter action coming your way.
Built for hardwood hooping.
Tall Pines end the third quarter on an 8-0 run to extend their lead to 18, 69-51. 10 minutes to play for Polaris Gold to find some sort of magic and overcome this deficit. Charles Dart held to 6 points in that quarter, and they haven't been able to find him underneath the basket very frequently in this contest, Haley.
Yes, and I think there's going to be a correction to the score, potentially.
Well, it was 68-51, and now it's 69-52, so they brought down one from Polaris. Charles Dart can't convert on the second chance. Vuvkovic outside. Shot is up, off the mark. Fighting for the rebound. Jagele comes away with it.
I was a little surprised to see Charles Dart on the court to start the fourth, but at the end of the day, this is really where you need to make the push to close this gap as much as you can. There's no point in saving him for the end when he can be most productive right now, and we know that Polaris Prep has a talented roster of guys and they can go on a run near the end if it's especially a close game. But the push is needed now.
Udonis Dennis all the way to the rack, blocked on the backside by Jedediah Henry. All the way back to Hartman. Dennis, baseline attack. Hartman, dead on three. Back into the painted area. Dart blocked again. Jedediah Henry getting it done, getting elevated, and keeping Dart off the scoreboard. Udonis Dennis picks up his fourth personal. To the corner, Jagele fakes the shot, attacks the paint, left-handed rainbow, no good. Hartman quickly, Vuvkovic with one to beat. Tries to go behind the head to Luka Kopar, and that is ill-advised.
He's probably actually had a better shot himself than even.
Just a little euro,
Yeah.
a little euro to the left-hand side of the basket.
Yeah.
Easier said than done, especially at the rate he was running.
Right.
Kai Cameron looking to break down the zone defense. Up comes Akawamoa. Turnover, saved. Dennis lays it in with the right.
That was great. The quickest hands right there, and the speed to match it looked like it was surely going out of bounds, but able to get it at the last second.
Tall Pines keep it on the perimeter. Jedediah Henry stutter steps underneath, turns back, kicks it out. Pandit had it knocked loose. Fast break, slow travel by Charles Dart. And that puts the ball right back in Tall Pines' hands. As Janoy Walks checks back into the game.
Yeah, and it's a 16-point lead right now. Opportunity to make it more on this play. It's time for Polaris to kick it in the highest gear they have and start to close this and try to make it a close contest in the last few minutes.
Walks with 28 points and counting, looking to add two more, misses there. Hartman finds Dennis into the corner. One touch pass, Vuvkovic pulls out Luwani. A few moves back outside, shot is up. Grzwicki off the mark. Charles Dart fighting for it. Jump ball called, and that's going to go the way of Tall Pines. Barry Taylor, Austin Caesar back onto the court for Polaris Gold.
Austin Caesar had some really strong minutes earlier in this game.
Udonis Dennis comes back onto the court as Austin Caesar unprepared to take the court with the untucked jersey, and the officials really cracking down on that in this tournament. Lawani, a gravity force brings all 5 black jerseys to under the paint. And shot clock violation is going to give the ball to Polaris.
Polaris basketball. Now checking in for Polaris is Austin Caesar.
And now Caesar can check into the contest. 16-point lead. Tall Pines ahead, 7:12 remaining. Vuvkovic turns the corner, up, and yeah, definitely a foul there. You heard it.
Yep, you can hear that contact, and he's doing a great job just going at the basket as strong as possible, and it's always good looks, but regardless, he's not going up to look for the whistle. He wants the shot in the first place.
Bogdan Vuvkovic at the free throw line for 2. He is 4 of 5 from the charity stripe today, sinks the first. The second good as well. 13 made free throws and 19 made field goals for Polaris Prep. Leads down to 14. The time ticking away. Under 7 to go. Jagele, bounce pass. Henry, swish.
Massive 3 right there. They're finding a ton of luck in these corners here now.
Vuvkovic looking to dish it, pulls it back out, has the matchup he likes in the corner, heel on the line, and another turnover. Perrin Taylor needs to be more aware. Jedediah Henry, Jagele into the corner. Lawani can stroke it. It doesn't get the lucky bounce that time. He'll get to try it again on the reload. Bang! Timeout on the floor. Polaris want to talk things over. Stuck 20, 6:13 to go. Going to take something special for a goal to come back. Don't go anywhere. .20 lead for Tall Pines Academy, 6:13 away from booking the final semi-final spot in the men's Trillium Championship weekend bracket. In the corner, Blanco, back door, Hartman's there.
That's an amazing cut and pass right there. That's a great play you want to have after a good timeout. You know it's well used.
Janoy walks. In his bag, fading to the right, no call, play on. Udonis Dennis going to take it the whole way himself, but blocked at the top. Jedediah Henry has 3 of them. Egregiously out of bounds there. You have almost no space in that corner 3 area. So when you're traveling to that open spot on the floor, you've got to be aware. Behind the back, what a find, what a finish. Ezra Aquamoa finally on the score sheet.
Tall Pines definitely feeling it right now. Still 5.5 minutes left, but 20-point lead right now, and they're going to do everything they can now.
Vuvkovic gets downhill and finishes with the left. Walks. Another tough shot. This time he gets the whistle. Antonio Blanco picks up his third, walks to the free throw line.
Yeah, so both teams with 2 team foul, or no, Tall Pines only with 1. Polaris now with 2, so that's not coming into play quite yet, but with 5 minutes, totally can.
And if you're going to say anything about Janoy Walk's performance here this morning, it's his inability to drain the first free throw, limiting his production. He's been unbelievable, but he could be in the 40s by now.
For sure. Yeah, that's one thing that I'm sure he's going to think about, and coaching is going to think about that if they can advance and seal this game up right now. You can't be leaving those points every single time you're at the line, and especially how important he is to this team. He could be that much more important.
The blocks continue to pile up for Tall Pines. Nosa Lawani, the latest to record. Walks, step back, patience, nothing but net. Janoy walks. 6 3-pointers made now for Walks. Backdoor cut, losing the handle. Austin Caesar out to bail. Backcourt violation. Luka Kapoor checks in for Polaris. Jagele to inbound baseline. 83-57. Walks. Adds 3 more. Timeout on the floor. 4:18 to go. Janoy Walks, shushing the crowd and single-handedly putting an end to Polaris Gold's season.
Absolutely, it's the threes. They started really hitting for Tall Pines, and they're getting open looks. And for one thing that started off the game for Tall Pines, it was the transition and quick, easy buckets. That's what got them their lead. That's what helped Polaris come back quickly at moments too. But with the amount of threes they're hitting, this game feels like it's been put out of reach now for Polaris.
35 points and counting for Janoy Walks to lead all scorers in the contest. The supporting cast has been great as well. Nosa Lawani, pair of threes here in the second half. Some timely blocks, great defense. Temila Jagele doing it as well, turning on the Jets, leading the fast-paced offense. And Jedediah Henry, 4 blocks, 6 points here in the second half, 8 points in total. Full team contribution, and playing short benched too, right?
Yep.
Just 3 subs available for Tall Pines.
Yeah, and they're not rotating those subs quickly at all.
Austin Caesar picks it up quickly to Blanco. Into tight space. Caesar will try his hand. Kapoor. Turnover. Walks. Has Jagele to the left. He'll try the hot hand, and why not? 38 points. Janoy Walks. He's got the last 9 for TPA. Backdoor, wide open, Grozwicki. Blanco comes and blows up that play and gets tripped up. And then called for the foul.
Well, Blanco saw exactly what was going to happen and tried to intercept it, but it just got a little messy.
Kai Cameron, Shub Pandit back into the contest. 3:44 to go. 30-point lead. Jedediah Henry, inside out dribble. Walks, sidestep, 3. That's off the side of the backboard. Looked like there was fingertips on that one that time. Pandit, no good. Foul called on the play.
Second foul on Luka Kapoor. The third team foul for Polaris.
Janoy walks, really wants that 40-piece. Jedediah Henry sees the seas part and floats it in. Finger roll finish for Antonio Blanco. He finally gets on the score sheet.
Yeah, that lane just completely opened up, and he was able to stick with it the whole time.
Austin Caesar with the steal and the lay-in. Timeout on the floor, Tall Pines. Up 30. Want to talk over how to play the remaining 250 of the contest. We'll keep it locked here at the Toronto Pan Am Sports Center for today, tomorrow, and Sunday, the 2026 OSBA High School Basketball Championships. We appreciate you tuning in. If you're in the Scarborough area, come visit. Watching these games live, you get a different appreciation for the physicality, the speed, the shot making, the playmaking, and just the athleticism across the board.
For sure. And so much goes into these tournaments, and the team's working all season. You want to see it in person, and there's also a great crowd here right now. It looks like some sort of school trip. I don't know. There's backpacks everywhere, but they are loving the merch, the free merch. You can get some free merch if you come here.
.250 on the clock. Tall Pines 9 point away from dropping the century mark on Polaris Gold. Janoy walks 2 points away from a 40-piece. Goes to Lawani, hands it right back. Walks, looking for 41. Back iron. But there to clean it up, Shub Pandit hits his second 3 of the game. Blanco turns the corner, gets some space, kicks it out. Drzwicki back to Blanco. Inside, nearly stripped, on the ground, in the corner, toe on the line. Too strong, Lawani. Cameron ahead, walks into traffic, doesn't get it to go, loose ball. Polaris the other way, 2 minutes to go. Blanco to the rack, through contact, not gonna get called. Third chance opportunity, Perrin Taylor doesn't hit. Jedediah Henry will draw it up, no good. Luka Kopar gives it to Caesar. He'll navigate through tight spaces. Perrin Taylor gets it to go. Substitutions on both sides, and Janoy walks will finish the game with 38 points as he substitutes out. 1:34 remaining.
Well, it's definitely safe to say that he completely stepped up in David Bottomley's absence and maybe even thrived because of it, getting a ton of open looks, and once those 3 started, it was endgame. That's really what happened. The 3 started piling up, and Polaris couldn't produce enough offense to match that.
He bookended his performance with 3s. He opened the game with 1 as Pandit hits another. Rattled off 3 straight 3s to Janoy walks to finish his time on the floor. Blanco turns it over. Kai Cameron with 1 tracing back. Cameron lays it in with the right. Resetting, top side, 3 off the front of the iron. Loani with the board. .40 seconds left. Jagele goes up big, tries to throw down the hammer, but took off a little too early. Quickly ahead, Blanco finds Kopar. He dumps it off. Trezwicki with another 2.
Can hear the crowd saying, do it again, do it again. See if he gives the fans what they want.
He'll just dribble it out, I suspect, as the players on the court begin to hug. Tall Pines Academy a few seconds away from a turnover. We've got to take care of that first. So shot clock violation will give Polaris Gold the ball. They'll inbound, and that is going to be the game. Officials not ready, so they'll do it all over again. And there you have it, 99-65, Tall Pines. Undefeated in the regular season, advanced to the semifinal. We're going to have a conversation with Janoy Walks coming up right after this. Stay locked. On Friday morning to get your team to the semifinal, you opened it with a 3, you ended it with a trio of 3s. When did you know your offensive game was lighting it up today?
I realized ever since our #1 point guard in the country, in my opinion, David Bodley, has been out. I feel like I had to pick it up at my own pace, and I had to carry the team to victory.
He was out off the floor, but on the bench, still very vocal, talking to everybody. What does that leadership mean for your squad?
He's the heart and soul of our team. He gets us going every single time we fall up. He picks us up every single time.
Jedediah Henry, 4 blocks in the contest, everywhere on the defensive side. What can you say about his defensive performance today?
I ain't got to say much. All you know, that's DPOY. That's DPOY, baby.
Moving on to face Brampton City Prep Provincial tomorrow. What's it going to take to move to the finals when you face them tomorrow in the semis?
We just got to pick it up where we left off. We got to lock in as a team, lock in on defense, talk, and everyone has to be engaged.
Appreciate the time. Unbelievable performance. Get some rest. We'll see you tomorrow. All right, we got Code Cougars taking on Polaris, Ontario. OSBA men's quarterfinal action starts next.